Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we have week 2 updates for you all. If you watched the video last week, you know that I've been testing my own bots. Well, not really my own, right? But utilizing things like Astrobit and stuff like that. But I'm bringing you guys along for the journey and helping you guys learn from my mistakes that I'm making, because as we're going to go into the results of this week in week 2, you'll notice that some things happened, and I definitely have some pointers if you are currently running Astrobit bots or have intentions on running them in the future. Maybe you're just trying to get a little bit more information, or maybe gather a little bit more funds before you want to jump into the bots because of their price point, things like that. Totally understand. But that is what we're going to be talking about today. As we all know, the market was crazy last week, right? We had FOMC meeting. There was lots going on, and then most recently with what Powell said as it pertains to the market, there was pretty a good signal for the bulls. So, but we're going to get into all that stuff. But before we jump into the video, guys, I did start another YouTube channel. I'm going to link it down below in the description. It's probably not for everybody. It's mainly has to do with cars. I'm a big car guy. So if you want to check out car content, if you want to follow along with a DIY detailing business that I'm building from the ground up and follow along that journey, then definitely check it out. I would greatly appreciate any feedback and your viewership, if you would be so kind. That being said, let us go ahead and jump into it. So as we can see here on your screen, let's say you missed last week. Okay, cool. Lots of stuff has happened since we started. If you watched last week's video, just a quick update on that. On our shiny Jackobot, if you're not familiar with shiny Jacobots are, they are essentially a group of guys that run bots for me. That I was using them previously to now. However, we were running everything through FTX. We all know what happened with FTX, so I lost a bunch of money. However, we have now shifted over to using these same bots on Bybit, and so this spreadsheet is kind of keeping track of all that data. So week 1 through January 31st, these bots profited $102.55. Again, this is based on $20,000 starting capital. We started on the 19th, but it didn't take I don't think it closed its first trade until the 30th. So that was the first week. Total of 5 trades. We gained about 0.5% on our $20,000. So very, very cool. Moving on to week 2. That is up today through February 8th. A little bit more traction in the market, right? We profited $149.19 with a total percentage of about 0.75%, give or take, and a total of 8 trades, bringing our total capital to $20,251.74, all the way up from $20,000 in just the first 2 weeks. Now, as it pertains to shiny Jacobots, and we'll go into this tool here, but you can kind of be able to see everything that's been going on. But as it pertains to these bots use kind of like a DCA / martingale strategy. So they're really never taking losses, but there is risk associated with the way that these bots run, as there is with the bots that we're running over on Astrobit, right? So with these bots, they're never really taking losses, and they're just kind of dollar cost averaging their way into the long or short position. And then once they get into profit, then they are taking profit. Of course, they have their set levels of take profits and all that stuff, right? There are, however, liquidation points. And the way that Shiny Jacko guys set things up is that it makes it pretty low risk as far as being put to the risk of being liquidated. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. And we can kind of look at some things that have happened. So these are the last 13 deals, right? Obviously, we know we have 13 deals. We had 5 the first week, 8 this week. Cool. So these trades here are going to be up. This is the week 1, and then this is all week 2 stuff. Now, you'll see something here that says panic sold. So essentially what this is that somebody monitoring the bots in the background, and if they see the market positioning itself to go a certain way, and we have open long positions here, like we did on, we had a Bitcoin long bot open and an Ethereum long position open. They went ahead and sold those out because the market ended up going the opposite way. So to avoid the risk of losing money, they just go ahead and close out those positions. But that's how things are going on the Shiny Jackobot side. What I'm really excited to share with you guys is this stuff. So the Astrobit side, and obviously we have a couple trades that we're in right now that are in the negative. We'll get into that. But I want to talk to you guys about, because the last video, I was only running 2 bots here. I was running this Spear 44, this Warpbot, and this trades Polkadot. And then I was also running Cinnamon Toast Bot, which trades Ethereum. Now, I'm not a big fan of Cinnamon Toast so far, and we'll get into that. But since last video, I was only trading with $500 in each one of these bots. However, I've kind of upped my position because I was getting good traction, especially on the Spear 44 bot. So not only did I add an extra $500 to each bot, so each bot is now trading with $1,000, but I also started another bot that just came out from the same guys over at Warpbots. Now, I'm going to be having the founder of Warpbots, the guy that actually programs these bots to perform. I'm going to have him on the channel next week. We're recording an AMA on Monday, so definitely stay tuned for that because it's a plethora of information, right? Like nobody really is out there talking to the creator of these bots other than like Austin Clark, right? So I wanted to be able to give you guys that information, educate yourself, and hopefully you can be well on your way to, you know, seeing good results with these bots. Now, obviously, since when we were talking about the Shiny Jackobots, there is some user intervention there. And not only is that the case with the Shiny Jackobots, but that is the case with these bots as well. So let's get into the P&Ls of all these bots. So we'll first start with the Spear 44, and we'll go to trades here. So as you can see here, we've had a couple of different trades. Now, these first 2 trades are going to be covered in last week's video, so if you didn't watch that, definitely go check that out. And then this trade right here on February 1st, if you remember, February 1st was the day that we had the FOMC meeting, the Fed meeting. I had a short position that was open, and leading into that FOMC meeting, I decided to go ahead and just take a loss on that position, kind of minimize my risk, take the loss of $22.17 because I had a good feeling that the Fed was going to come in dovish and that the markets were probably going to pump. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm so grateful that I decided to close that position. But that just goes to show you, right? Like, just because you're running bots, it's not foolproof. Like, these bots don't know that there's an FOMC meeting coming and the market's going to rally. So it's important to not only understand how these bots function, how they work, but also to have a good understanding of the overall market. So that way you can be well positioned to be able to make calls and close out of positions when you feel necessary to hedge against losing a bunch of money, right? So that being said, I went ahead and closed out that position. I took the hit of $22, but obviously we've made that back plus some. So we had another trade on so I closed this trade, market pumped, and then this same bot opened up a long position and was successful for $11.47. So, I mean, it worked out, right? And then also on February 5th, we had another short position on Polkadot here with the Spear 44 Warpbot with about $60 in profit there. So all in all, that's pretty good. Total P&L for this bot is $104.95. And again, that's only trading now with $1,000. So in my mind, that's pretty good for 2 weeks. You know, that's 10%. So let's go into the other bots, Cinnamon Toast. And as you can see here, our realized profit is not doing too well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual trades that have been going on. And Cinnamon Toast is one that I didn't really touch other than other than when I added more funds to it. So I haven't had to, pause any of these or manually stop any of these transactions from closing. This is all stuff that the bot has done on its own. And we had a couple of days where it did extremely well, right? So obviously January 31st, this is up to week 1. So from then on, February 2nd, we had a solid trade, $8.78 on a long position. Another two more trades on February 2nd, $6.80, $4.60. And then again here on February 5th through the 7th, I had another long position. The market did not go the way, so we lost another $32.91. So in total, this bot is not doing well. So in total, this bot is down $70.87 based on that same $1,000 that we put into it. So not super excited about what's going on with Cinnamon Toast. However, I'm going to give it at least 1 week, if not 2 more weeks, to see how it goes. Worst case scenario, I'll take my losses and I'll inject the other profit into the bots that I know are performing well. The next one, the newest one, is this Warpbot XSOL 8. So this is trading Solana, and you can see, and I did not have this running the first week, so almost in 1 week, or in just week 2, it's already realized a $72 profit. So let's go ahead and check out these trades here. And it's literally just one trade, right? So this is pretty crazy, but it made a short position on February 6th. It opened on February 5th in the morning and then closed in the afternoon on February 6th for a total profit of $72.33. Now, if we go back to the dashboard here, we currently have a couple open positions that are in the negative, right? So for me, when I'm sitting at my desk all day, not only going through crypto, but business stuff as well, I'm constantly monitoring our position sizes and getting a feel for what's going on within the market, just staying up to date with everything that's happening. So that way, the more information that I have, then I could make better informed decisions on what to do with these positions. Now, it's just small amounts of money, but as we're learning together, I definitely plan on adding a lot more money into here. So that way, the profit is greater and greater and greater. However, we're starting with just a little bit of money. That way I can learn, you guys can learn. I can be the guinea pig, completely fine with that. And we can make better decisions moving forward. And that way we're equipped with the knowledge and the information to make good decisions when we're dealing with large sums of money. So that is my plan moving forward. This has been week 2. Again, this is pretty cool for me. I think I got another bot that I'm going to start here this week, maybe some Forex bot stuff. But all in all, things have been going pretty well. Other than really like my only thing that I'm not super excited about is Cinnamon Toast bot. But I know that people have had really good experience with Cinnamon Toast, so I'm just going to give it some more time. I'm okay with losing the money if that's the worst thing that happens. But at least if we do lose the money and we do give it time, then we know for sure, right? And it's weird because, so if you don't know what I do day to day, run a marketing company. And I explain this all the time to my clients, right? When it comes to marketing, it makes sense to run a marketing campaign for 90 days plus, because then you have good indicators on how things are performing rather than just running it for a week or two and then saying, oh, well, it didn't work for me, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to stop, right? That's exactly the approach I'm taking here. So whether that's the case with any one of these bots that we're running, I'm still going to let it perform, see how it does over a long period of time, not just 2 weeks and then calling it quits on one bot because it had a bad trade. That being said, I think that's probably the key to winning. As long as your bots are winning more times than they are not winning, and obviously if if your bots are winning more than they're losing, then that's good. And if you magnify that out over the time spectrum of months and weeks, then inevitably you want to make sure that the bot is profitable. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully what I'm trying to relay to you guys makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but again, I'm just some dumb YouTuber. But that being said, guys, I think that's going to really wrap up today's video. Again, if you guys want to check out the other channel, I'll link that down below in the description of today's video. Other than that, we'll catch you on week 3. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a great day.